Hello everyone, this is Kyle at Glover Store, and today we're going to be talking about break-ins. Today I've got two gloves that we're going to use as our models. So we've got a Rawlings Rev 1X and we've got a Rawlings Heart of the Hide. This Rev 1X has not been broken in. It's a new glove, just been played catch with a couple of times, and this Heart of the Hide has been through our break-in process. Let's start with the Rev 1X, and I want to show you a couple of examples of some things that we see with new gloves that have not been broken in properly. Number one, when people get new gloves, the tendency is to stick your hand in it and try to force it closed. This is really thick premium leather, and the problem with trying to force the glove closed before it's been broken in is that you tend to create what we call finger bubbles. As you can see, because this glove has been forced closed, where my fingers lie in the glove, we've started to see some bubbling of the leather. You can also see that here where my thumb tries to close the glove. And a lot of times, because we don't have good hinge points on the glove, when we try to force it closed too early, we start to see some bubbling in the palm. The problem with this is that leather has a memory. So when you create those bubbles in the palm or the fingers, it's really tough to get them to go away. Another issue we see with break-ins is old school thinking says, close the glove, run it over with the car, put it under your mattress, and let it sit under that high pressure. The issue with that is that we've created basically a permanent crease right through the middle of the glove that goes right to the pocket. Because we've introduced this permanent crease, now rather than the glove molding to the player's hand, the player's hand has to mold to the glove. So my two main tips when buying a new glove: do not force it closed until it has been properly broken in, and do not try to break in the glove by hinging it once and smashing it down under a mattress or a car. There's better ways to do it. So now let's look at our Heart of the Hide that we have broken in. As you can see with this Heart of the Hide, we don't have the finger bubbles that we had with the Rev 1X. That's because this glove came to us brand new. It had never been closed. We didn't force it closed, so we didn't create those finger bubbles. When we do a break-in, we focus on two hinge points. One goes from the corner of the heel, where your thumb is, all the way up to the edge of the pocket. The other starts at the pinky side corner of the heel and goes up to the other edge of the pocket. What these two hinge points allow is for the glove to close naturally based on the player's position and hand. So for an outfielder, a lot of times you'll see thumb to pinky, creating that deeper pocket. For a corner infielder, you might see a thumb to ring finger. And then for a middle infielder, you might see more of a thumb to middle finger, creating a more shallow pocket. The beauty of the two hinges is that it creates the ability for the glove to mold to the player's hand over time as they play and use the glove. Now here at Glover Store, we've got something called the Advanced Break-In Prep. And there's two parts to the Advanced Break-In Prep. Number one is that we remove the palm adhesive from the glove. In every new glove from the manufacturer, inside the palm area of the glove is what we call palm adhesive, and it's basically a very tacky glue. What that does is it creates a very smooth leather in the palm area so that when this glove is sitting on the shelf at the store, it looks good. There's no wrinkles, there's no creases, and really it's more of a cosmetic thing. Now there's some debate over palm adhesive, but here at Glover's Store, through experience and research, we have found that removing the palm adhesive is the best for the break-in and for the glove. What happens over time is that palm adhesive starts to migrate. It migrates up into the fingers where there is felt, and then it starts to migrate back down and it starts to tear at that felt. It also starts to migrate up through the leather. That's why with a lot of older gloves, you see that palm stain. Most older gloves that we see, we've got really torn up felt through the fingers and thumb, and we see some major breakdown in the leather underneath the palm. Usually after about 2-3 years, that palm adhesive has fully broken down, it's hardened, and it's just little balls of hard glue that really isn't serving a purpose at all other than wearing down the glove prematurely. Another issue with palm adhesive is when it's heated up, it starts to move. And so if you are to leave your glove in a hot car, that palm adhesive starts to move. So the break-in you had that you liked so much, that palm adhesive is going to get into the creases and it's going to change the feel of the glove and change the break-in of the glove. So you'll go to put this glove on and it's going to feel different than it felt yesterday because that palm adhesive has moved. We feel the best thing for the glove and the break-in is to remove the palm adhesive. So we'll take the heel lacing out, we'll take the palm lacing out, and we'll scrape all of that palm adhesive out of the glove. The second part of our advanced break-in prep is that we thin the heel pad if necessary. Many premium gloves come with a very thick heel pad, which is a felt piece that runs right through the heel of the glove. Now the purpose of a thicker heel pad is to create some padding for ground balls or hard throws, but the issue with it is that it makes the glove very hard to close and it stiffens an already very stiff glove. So again, what we will do is we'll remove the heel lace and we will cut that heel pad in half to make it thinner so that we can create a much better hinge point right here at the corner of the heel. So we don't remove all of the padding because a little padding is necessary, but we thin it down to make the break-in easier. So a quick rundown of our break-in process. Once we do the advanced break-in prep, what we'll do is we'll use a leather-safe oil on the glove to soften the leather and prepare it for the break-in. We will slowly and gently heat the leather up over the course of about 2 hours. And then we go to work on the glove using our Glove Press Pro and some handwork with heavy balls and a mallet. After our break-in process, you've got a much softer glove. You've got a glove with proper hinge points that now closes easily and gives you the ability to go play with the glove, play catch, and over time allows the glove to mold to your hand so that it's perfect for you and your play style. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was informative. If you need any glove services, please go to www.gloverstore.com. Thank you.